Turn my mic up. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. All right, so today was reported that Crawford, one of the defensive leaders out there, is pretty much arrested, and how this is going to affect the Cowboys' upcoming season. How will this derail like the thought tracks of what this team should do as it relates to defensive edge guy? He's a tweener. He can play inside, he can play outside, he can play everywhere. Left defensive end, right defensive end. Let's get that out the way. You can also put him inside. He can play the three or under tackle, however you want to call it. So we do have depths at that position. It's one of those situations where when you have that silver and blue on, when you have the star in your chest or you have the star in your helmet, wherever you put that star at, you see that star right here? Wherever you put that star at, you're going to be a target regardless, right? I just saw, shout out to Dallas Mavericks too. Chris Porzingis, whatever, how you say his name. He was way out there in Russia somewhere, and somebody tried to pick a fight with him. So when you are a multi-millionaire and you have money and you play for a professional sport, you're going to come with some type of situation where people are going to attack you. That's just the bottom line. And the reality of it is that, do the Dallas Cowboys deserve the hate that comes our way? Do we deserve it? Not really. But we sell tickets. We sell clicks. We get people to come to our channel. We get people to talk noise about our franchise. And a lot of people say, well, they haven't won since 1995. And we get all of that stuff going, you see. So it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation, whereas we have to continue to take it one day at a time, move one pace at a time, and continue to grind. And it's just one of those things. Whereas we're going to look at it. I'm going to look at it. Let me pull up the article right here. Reports that the Cowboys, the defensive lineman or defensive edge rusher, or however you want to call him, was charged for the March bar fight, meaning that they probably went back and said, you know what, let's just go ahead and charge this guy, and that's just how it goes. Shout out to Cowboys Wire. Follow their website. Go to their website, check out this information. They got everything as far as the fight. I wish I can show you guys the fight, but also hit my guy up, KD Drummond. He's on the Twitter all the time. He got great intel, great insight of this team. He's a good plug for the Cowboys organization as well. So check it out. This is the ugly scene at the bar. I can't hit play. You guys know how it goes. But the footage will show when you go to the website. You will see pretty much Tyrone Crawford being held again. I didn't see any flags out there, but he was being held, and one can say that he was protecting his brother. He felt like his brother was going through a situation, and he was sitting there saying, no, you don't do my brother that way. Now, from the standpoint of the bar, they looking at it like, hey, if we let this guy slide, then other people will be able to come in here and thinking that that's just how it goes. When you're a professional athlete, you can come in there and fight. So charges were pressed basically, and he can serve up to 60 days. My only thing is Crawford, looking into this season, looking at what he brought into us last year. Look, let's read right here. Crawford has been with the Dallas Cowboys since drafted in the third round in 2012. He is the jack of all trade, defensive line. He plays both sides, inside and out, and wherever the Cowboys need him. He notched a career high with 5.5 sacks in 2018 and 34 combined tackles, 2 passes defense. Well, 2 pass defense, I guess there's 2 pass breakdowns, or bat downs basically, and a forced fumble. I remember the forced fumble. The forced fumble was against Carson. And Tyrone Crawford, he's one of those guys. When you look at his film, you're not going to see a lot of flashes. You're just going to see a strong, big, burly Canadian that's going to get to the quarterback by pressure, by team effort, by, hey, who is this guy right here, number 98? Do we really have to worry about him? Ninja Nut said he didn't get arrested. Are we talking about someone else? Shout out to Ninja Nut. Shout out to Quest Cowboys and Zach Nation. Appreciate you, man. Forget Hill trade. Trade for McCoy. You talking about Gerald McCoy? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to go for Gerald McCoy, huh? But, guys, remember this when he was carted off and everybody kind of like, man, we hope that Tyrone Crawford is okay. But let's look at the depths. Let's look at the Cowboys.com website, and we're going to look at the depth chart. We already know what's going on with the offense. That's cool. Yeah, and this is not the up-to-date depth chart, of course, but this is, I guess, from 2018, okay? So when we start to look at this thing, we look at Tyrone Crawford right here as the defensive edge. You have Dorrance Armstrong, you have Taco. Now, of course, this is just the defensive edge rushers, so they flip these guys. But I would say the true left defensive edge rusher is DeMarcus Lawrence, and the only person who can do left defensive edge rush is Taco Charlton. Those are only two that I can see from tape that can rush from the left. Now, we went and picked up this offseason through the draft, Joe Jackson. We got Tyrone Crawford, of course. We still have him, Dorrance Armstrong. Those guys all play right defensive end. And to me personally, I just think that Tyrone Crawford is a tweener. I mean, he can play inside or outside. And it's just one of those things where I look at it from here. It may be one of those situations where the Cowboys might have known that something is going to happen for his suspension. I don't know whether or not the organization will suspend him. The NFL, when I'm talking about organization, will suspend him. But if they do, if they decide to suspend him, then we will be okay. We will be okay. Appreciate you, Sincere Smithers. I hope I said your name right. Yeah, he said, smash the like button. Just don't hit it. Smash it. Break it. Report to YouTube. Say, hey, man, I broke the like button. Trying to be with Law Nations on this thing, man. Guys, it's crazy. All we got to do is continue to just take this thing still one day at a time. But before I get this out, I want to be able to show you guys other people that goes through similar situations where they don't get the news. They don't get the news like we do, right? I'm gonna show you guys what's going on and what's happening with the other teams out there, because a lot of times we look at it from the aspect of just being Cowboys glasses. In the NFL, they only pick up the story when it's related to the Cowboys. Let me pull this up. All right, so US Today got an article out there. Just go to ustoday.com/sports/NFL/arrest. And on this lovely arrest report, it will show you the guys that's been arrested in 2019. So we would rarely hear these stories, right? Unless they play for the Cowboys, unless they got silver and blue. All right, so this tight end for Houston, Ryan Griffin, public intoxication, arrested on April the 26th, accused of punching out a window of a hotel in Nashville. Public intoxication. Jalen Mills for the Filthy on April the 13th, arrested, disorderly conduct. Accused of getting into an altercation with an NBA superstar, I guess, Devin Robinson, outside of a nightclub in Washington, D.C. We will see whether or not, if they suspend my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, the Canadian, the Boise State ambassador. If they go and suspend him, Tyrone Crawford, and not suspend these two, boy, we got some questionings. Now, Leonard Fournette, he was arrested in April the 11th. Do you guys remember hearing these stories? Pulled over for speeding in Jacksonville, accused of driving without a suspended license, with a suspended license, right? And not paying for tickets. Now, from my understanding, so if you're driving with a suspended license, you going to jail, right? So he was arrested. All right, so let's move on a little bit further. Drugs and guns right here. And it's a crazy thing because you can scan this list and you can pull up any database that's in the world, and you will never ever see Ezekiel, the main man Elliott, arrested. You would never see arrested on his reports or public records, because this is all public records, baby. All right, so police responded to a report of a crash car, said found Collins with marijuana and guns in his vehicle. Alex Collins, I don't know if he still played for the Baltimore, but did you guys ever knew of that story? Did you guys heard about P.J. Williams with the DUI pulled over for speeding, accused of drinking and driving? Did you guys ever hear that story? CEO said, I bet Kraft is not on that list. Yes, Kraft is not on this list. Reuben Foster, domestic violence. Now, this is an arrest. Do you guys see this right here? Does that say arrest? And it says accused of punching and slapping a woman in Tampa. Police observed scratches on the neck of a woman's neck. So I don't know about you all, but I'm still waiting. Put it like this. I will cash app you right now $100 if you can find me in an arrest report of Ezekiel Elliott. If you can find me that, I'll cash app you all $100 right now if you can find that arrest report of Ezekiel Elliott. And yet and still, this guy gets 0 games suspended, and Ezekiel Elliott gets 6 games in a long, drawn-out investigation for the nation. So it's crazy. Oh yeah, Chad Kelly. First degree trespassing. They said Chad Kelly down here. This was in 2018. This was a while ago, but it was October 2018. This guy got so drunk he climbed into a window of somebody else's house, I believe. Hey, boy, it's crazy. We can go on and on. There go our arrest report. We heard stories about this Rico Gathers. You guys remember this story, right? Frisco for marijuana stuff. But guys, we can go on and on and on and on and on again about when you play with the silver and blue, when you have the star on your helmet, when you have all of those things, just like Spider-Man say, with great power comes great responsibilities and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's crazy how this world will react and say, oh, Cowboys got nothing but troublemakers, when clearly Tyrone Crawford was pretty much upset about his brother being arrested or brother getting in an altercation. And you're going to do what brothers do. You're going to try to protect your family, right? So my thing is, Cowboy Nation, as we began to talk about this, don't let this news discourage us. Don't let this news get in the way. Everything is going to work out well. I trust in Will McClay. I actually trust in Stephen Jones and us getting these things going in the right direction. I'm going to read a few of your comments. Don't forget to put down where you're from. I always love to see and hear and read over where you guys are from. It's always a plus, because I know for sure we are the only nation that can do this. All right, so let's see what we read right here. Ninja Nuts, do not need to spend money on McCoy. Let guys we got battle it out. Ninja Nuts, yes. Good morning, Miss Jackie. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Incognito, appreciate you, man. Thank you for being part of the nation as well, man. Regulating everything. Battle camps, especially as it relates to Aaron, like the Aaron Donalds of the world, the other great skill inside guys. When we started talking about this, like, remember I was talking about the Haloti Nadas, the what is a big guy, the Tony Saragusas, the Sam Madisons of the world, those big boys inside, right? Or those guys that can play inside as relates to who else that was just dominant during their time frame. I think he talked about Jason Hatchard as well, and I'm not putting Jason Hatchard up there with Aaron Donald. what by us going out there and finding a veteran guy like the Sues and the McCoys, those guys that's out there, will they help our team out tremendously playing from the inside? I would say yes. But at this time, remember, we are still close to the Lion season. The Lion season is almost over with. So when training camp actually hit, when some of these players get out there on the field and you realize, and other teams realize, like, look, this guy's trash, or he can't fit my organization, or we really need help as relates to depth, or this person just can't pan out on the next level, then they'll start reaching out to these veteran guys. My thing is, for Sue, $14 million is just too rich for a 34-year-old interior guy. Now, what's going to happen is the longer he's sitting there on the shelf, that price tag is getting lower and lower and lower. So what I'm thinking that, what the Cowboys' next move may be, if we don't like what we're seeing from the guys from the interior, like the Christian Covington, the Kerry Hyders of the world, the Malik Collins, or even the rookie. If we're saying that, like, oh, we thought that he's going to be really successful with this team first year, but he's going to have to grow a little bit, so we're going to have to look into it next year. Then they'll reach out to the McCoys. they'll call the Buccaneers and say, okay, how much money? How much money you want again? Oh, it's too much money? Nah, we'll go ahead and get it Ndamukong Suh. And then there's another thing, the unforeseeable thing. That will be the the injury bug. Let me knock on some wood, but it happens, and that's when you reach out, and that's when the actual guys become valuable. Those who are the veterans, what have you. Yes, Christian Covington, appreciate you, Ninja Nuts. My Cowboys family, really appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit them up. They post every night, I believe, around 10 or 11 o'clock. I think it's Central Time, my time. So you check their page out. They got great content there. Hopefully, first start of the year, we'll see them live in the flesh in Dallas. Crawford is worth $10 million. Is Crawford worth $10 million? This is from Michael. The intangibles, right? The things that we just can't see, right? As far as his off the field and leadership, I guess locker room leadership as well. It's not worth $10 million, but he is a defensive captain, I believe. So, I mean, he's been a spell guy that you can put inside and outside and beyond. So, I don't know if it's worth $10 million, but it's a small center of me saying that it's worth at least $6, give or take. John, what's good, man? Appreciate you, man. What's up? He said, what's up, Law Nation 100? Aiken, South Carolina. Tank, home of Tank Lawrence. Okay. I didn't know Tank Lawrence from South Carolina. I thought he was more of a North Carolina guy. But shout out to him, though. Yes. Tank is probably ready to take the seat from him. The captain position, Ninja Nuts? Yeah. It could be quite possible. We'll see. We will flat out see whether or not that's something that Tank Lawrence is ready to do. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was the emotional leader last year. I mean, he stepped up and said, hey, we're going to punch him right in the mouth. The Saints don't know who we are. When they see us, they're going to know when we gone. They're going to know all about the hot boys from there. He is the captain for real, for real. Yes, indeed, CEO. Yes, Agtown, Texas. Bleed silver and blue. Dr. Phil, the great. Appreciate you, man. Meticulous Cowboys, appreciate you, man. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for right now. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go. Also, hit me up. Hit me up if you need tickets for the game. Shout out to everybody that's followed this page, share this content. We're live right now on Periscope. We're live right now on Twitch. And we will repost this thing up over to the Instagram storyline. Really appreciate you guys. Let's continue to grind. Got to grind to shine, baby. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Bass. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Cowboys experience as well. Check that out. Johnson in the house. My Cowboys family, Jenkins, CEO, all you guys. Let's go.